Paulsby, Charlie Baker here on talkSPORT. As we're saying, they had the Leagues Cup at the weekend, and you've probably seen some of the clips from it. It went down to penalties after 1-1 in normal time. It was Nashville versus Inter Miami, and the clip that's gone viral is a kind of quite languid Lionel Messi just having a stroll. Yeah. Sees a gap, runs into it, picks up the ball and scores a pretty fantastic goal. Joining us now, the man sadly on the receiving end of that, though his team put in a very good performance and could have won on the day. It is the former Stevenage manager and Arsenal coach, and indeed Nashville coach, Gary Smith. Hey, Gary.
Morning, Paul. It's been a little while. Yeah,
nice to talk to you again. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Yeah, I thought I did feel for you when I saw the result, and then subsequently read about it, and that your team had, probably deserved to win on the day.
Yeah, it was going to be a difficult one going into the game. Amazingly, Miami have been transformed in this last month, 5 weeks. The addition of Messi, as you know, and Busquets and Alba have made such a difference to that team. So we knew it was going to be a tough one, but the guys put in a wonderful performance. And I think when you go to penalties and the goalkeepers are going to be the difference, you know that it's the finest of margins.
Yeah, it must be hard. I mean, say that clip that's doing the rounds of him just strolling around. We saw it in the World Cup. That's kind of his game now. But when he just sniffs a chance, the way he just sort of picks it up, and it is some goal. It must be difficult as a coach to find a way to shut him out.
Well, I mean, look, he literally had 2 efforts at goal in the game. I want to say he probably didn't touch the ball more than 8 or 10 times. But, the unfortunate thing is he's just unplayable in those moments. And, part of the process was to obviously try and limit that. Crazily, he ended up on the ball through strange circumstances, bit of a ricochet, and, the rest of it you're fully aware of. He is absolutely clinical, and the finish is magnificent.
What did your boys say afterwards? I mean, I suppose when it was it just before half-time? So did you go into half-time 1-0 down?
We did, yeah. I mean, in this competition, they had an amazing stat. They'd scored a goal in the first 15 minutes of every game they'd played in. The momentum that they'd created from the signings of, those 3 world-class players has been quite astronomical. So at 25 minutes, I looked at the clock and I thought, well, you know what? Maybe we'd seen out the most difficult period, and the guys might be feeling good about themselves. And next thing you know, it's in the top corner. Yeah. But 1-0 at half time. But I certainly felt as though there was plenty more to get out of the game, and that rang true.
Is there any sort of telling them to not respect him too much, maybe go out and leave a little bit on him if you can get close to him, don't try and swap shirts at half time, that sort of thing?
Yeah, all of those, yeah. Do you know the games that we'd watch leading into our matchup? Some of the teams over here had probably just given him a little bit too much respect, and it was very much part of the process to just be ourselves in that way, try and impose our game on them. We were at home, fantastic crowd, wonderful atmosphere. And I did honestly think that the players, my players, were able to feed off that energy, and for good portions of the game, showed an awful lot of passion. And I genuinely thought we were the better side, but unfortunately it didn't come our way.
Yeah. Yeah, I see you've got Sam Surridge out there, who was at Forest and Bournemouth. He's joined you, Gary.
Yeah, we signed him just recently. Wonderful lad. He's not been here that long, but he's made a terrific impact. He's scored 3 goals in the 4 appearances that he's had for us in this Leagues Cup. He's adapted very, very well. He's got himself into the group, and I think he's getting used to some of the difficulties that all players do over here. The heat, some of the travel. And we'll find out at the weekend. We go to Atlanta where he'll have his first plastic pitch.
Yeah, that takes a bit of getting used to, does it, when the guys first come over?
Well, I went out about 2 weeks ago, and Sam was in the middle of some physical work, and it was about 95 degrees and about 75% humidity, and as you might well expect, Sam had his hands on his knees and was gasping for air. It's not easy coming over here this time of year. He's obviously was start of his pre-season, but he's been brilliant. He's worked tremendously hard, and he's in very good shape, and has made a real good impact.
It's been good here, isn't it? You've loved it over in the States. You've had a great coaching career there at Colorado initially, Atlanta. You've been at Nashville now for, sort of 2018. So, fantastic. And you've just got a new contract extension to 2025. So, they clearly love you there, Gary, at Nashville.
Yeah, love might be a little bit too much, but I'm hoping that there's some warmth. The club's been terrific. I came here at the start of the USL campaign, which is obviously the league below. You probably know full well that Ian Ayres here as well as our CEO. Have a terrific relationship with him, and the most important thing is the team has been very competitive, and we've been in a good position for the most part. So long may that continue.
And how many games left in the season? When you pick out, about 10 games left.
We have 10 league games, and we as I just said, we kick off again this run in Atlanta on Saturday. Strangely enough, we go to Miami again on the Wednesday, which
because they're bottom of the league, Gary, aren't they at the moment? That may change, but I think currently they are bottom of the league, aren't they? Of your conference,
rock bottom. Honestly, the transformation in that group has been miraculous.
Amazing.
And it's not just the three players that we've been discussing. It's what they have been able to bring out of the rest of the group. It's quite astounding. Individuals that have just been transformed.
Marsh, you do a little bit of scouting. Give us your opinion on something if you can, because Chelsea apparently are lining up New England Revolution goalkeeper George Petrovic, 23 years old. He's going to have a medical, they say. Have you come up against him? What have you made of him as a keeper, Gary?
Yeah, he's a real talent. He's been very, very good for New England in his time out here. And I think the only thing is the price tag. I don't have an idea as to obviously what they feel he's worth, but that's a lot of money, obviously, for a goalkeeper. But he is a very, very good player, and he's still a good age. I think he's 23. If you look at the likes of Matt Turner going over to Arsenal as well, it seems to me at the moment there's a bit of a conveyor belt of goalkeepers again in MLS.
Yeah. Well, Gary, good to talk to you again. Look after yourself, and best of luck for the rest of the season. We'll catch up with you soon.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.